I want to wish my little girl, Lori, a happy birthday. I'm not going to give you her age. Just say that I was 29 when I met her mom. When she was first born, man, she's a tiny little thing. I felt kind of uncomfortable about, holding her because I just, I felt like I was going to drop her and break her or something. But, she's bigger than me now. And she's got 3 kids of her own. So the second thing for Sunday Sparks, she was, in one of her videos, she's thinking, some people might think she's crazy. No, I certainly wouldn't think you're crazy. Now, if you're around here, I'd take you out, more like a daughter. I wouldn't think of you as a girlfriend. I think you're more as a daughter because there's a big difference in our ages. I'd take you out, we'd do that, the waterfall hike and up in the White Tank somewhere, or, go out in the Estrellas and do what, this time of year. I don't know if you've ever been to the Phoenix metro area, the Valley of the Sun, or anywhere in the southwestern United States in the summertime. It can get 120 degrees out here. It can get hot. So if you're going to go out, especially if you're not acclimatized. Now, I was born in Phoenix. I'm used to the heat, but even then, I'm kind of careful when it gets. I'm in the 90s, yeah, no problem. I stay out in the sun all day long. But when it gets 120, you got to be a little bit careful. You got to be. That type of heat can't kill you, and it does. People do come out here, and the heat kills them. So you got to be kind of careful. That's the third thing on my pickup, and I've been playing with it for the past 3 days. Now it cut out on me Sunday morning. I was, going to head over to, in my favorite spot to download videos at Sam's Club. It cut out on the way over there. So some friends of mine towed me home. I played with it, got another distributor, went through that and then put another ignition coil in there. I thought I had it fixed. I got it running, let's see. Let's see. When it cut out, cut on my I cut on my Sunday. I took it over, Monday morning. And it made it to Sam's Club. I put gas in it at the Sam's Club, and it wouldn't start at Sam's Club, so they towed me home again. I've been playing with it for the past couple of days. I went through. Since I think I had fuel but no spark, I was going for ignition parts, distributor, coil. I had a friend of mine, help me trace through the wiring harness. I had my ohmmeter set. I'd have him trace about 4 of the pins that go back to the ECM. I'd ground them at the distributor. I did a few. The wiring harness itself looked okay. So I said, well, why don't I just do a fault code search. This is an early GM. It's OBD1, OB1 Kenobi, OB1, whatever they call it. I don't have a scan tool, but you can. If you go back to manual, they'll tell you what pins to ground. You ground a pin in there, and the engine trouble light will flash a code, the fault codes, and the fault codes came up were transmission codes. So I said, what the hell? So I reached under there, the cable that goes in the transmission had come loose. So I'm thinking there's probably some protective circuitry or software or something in there that if you don't have the connection to the transmission, it'll shut it down. It won't let it start. I'm kind of thinking that. So what I'm going to do here a little bit. Now, what I do, I'll go in there, work at it for about an hour or so, and then take off and do something else. Now, I don't quite have the patience that I had when I was a lot younger. Now, if it's to work for a customer, yeah, I got to push through that. But if it's for myself, there's a temptation to take about a 4-pound hammer or my 9mm and just start racking it full of holes. So I want to stop before I get to that point. Now, I'd love to take not pole barn garage, Junkyard Digs. One of his favorite things is have a beer about it. I'd love to do that, but my friend will take me to the wrecking yard or to the parts store to get parts or to pay a bill or two, but won't take me to the store to get beer, so that's no good for me. Anyway, I got to wait till I get my pickup going to go get beer. I'm going to go out and disconnect the battery here in a little bit. Take a shower, probably go to, watch more YouTube videos. And probably tomorrow morning I'll hook the battery back up and get all the error codes will be cleared from the ECM, and I can see if it'll start in that. Okay, love ya. Bye-bye.